Hi everyone, I want to thank you for being patient with me and getting the videos uploaded. This video that you are watching right now is going to deal with students' behavior or student issues that you may encounter throughout the day. So, from my experience, our students, for the most part, are really well behaved, and but they are also teenagers, so there are going to be cases where they are going to maybe get a little out of hand or maybe push the boundaries a little more than they should. What I would tell you from would be an expectation here at the school is, the first thing to do is obviously to address the issue that you're having with the student directly. It may be a quiet correction in class and then maybe a conversation after class ends in terms of expectations. I would also let you know that even though the students are high school students, the parents really want to know when their students are not behaving the way that we expect them to behave. So I would also encourage you to, if you're having a little bit of an issue, to reach out to the parent to try to talk with them or to engage them in helping out at home in terms of supporting us. If you've tried to correct it, if you are having, if you've talked to the parents and you're still having some issues, obviously we want you to refer the student to the administration. Or if something happens that's pretty serious and it needs to be, it's kind of a step up other than just a small classroom disruption, then we would want you to submit a discipline referral form. So if you go to Haiku, and if you scroll down to the section that says Student Life, if you click on the Student Life tab, what you'll see is just some general information about how to make sure, we kind of want to work together as a team here. But here is the discipline infraction form. And if you just fill it out and submit it, it comes to me. I would tell you that, if you write up a kid, let's say at 2:45, there's a chance I won't see it until the next day. So if it's something that is very pressing or something that happened that needs my attention immediately, probably an email is going to be, or a GChat is going to be the best way to get me immediately. The other thing that you'll see on this sheet is for counseling services. Dr. Kelly Bynum is our school counselor here, and she is the counselor for our pre-K through 12. So she is not housed on this particular campus. But I will let you know that she gets over here very quickly. And so if you have a concern about a student, you can contact me and let me know, and I will reach out to Dr. Bynum. Also, our nurse, Patsy Say, has a really good working relationship with Dr. Bynum. So I would also tell you that to feel free to reach out to Patsy if you cannot find me. In terms of kind of what we like in terms of the kind of the clinic protocol, we do ask that our students, if you're sending a student to the clinic, if you would kind of write a pass, and then Miss Nurse would send back a pass with you as they're returning it to the class. Again, use your best judgment. If they've got a little bit of a tickle in their throat and they can wait till the end of class to go get some cough drops, that would be great. But if they're not feeling well, then we need to let them go see the nurse.
I got a tickle in my throat.
Wait till after class before you go to the nurse. The other thing that I want to address, and for those of you that are returning, it's going to be a little different than the past. But historically, when our students were late to class, like late to second period or late to third period, then they actually came back we would not actually let them into class. They actually would have to go down with Miss Smith, and they would have to check in and get a pass that way. We're going to try it this year, getting some feedback from students and from teachers that they're actually just missing class time when we do that. So what we have decided to do is, if a student is late coming in the morning and to first period, they will check in with Miss Smith and they will come to your first period class with a tardy slip. If they are late to second period or to third period or to fourth period, it really is up to you, the teacher, to mark that in the grade book that they are tardy. If you forget or you've already taken attendance and you don't want to go back, if you'll just shoot Miss Carol a email, she will correct it in PowerSchool. So it is important, though, that if a student is tardy and you've already taken roll and you've marked them as absent, that you go back and indicate that they are not. Because when Ms. Smith checks the attendance roster, then that student shows up as missing class, and that sometimes can give us cause for concern. Did a student skip class or something along those lines? So Again, it's something new, so we're just going to give it a try. And as always, we would appreciate your feedback. But when a student is late to first period, they will stop by the front desk and they will get a pass from Ms. Smith. Subsequent class periods, you as the classroom teacher will let them in and mark them tardy on PowerSchool. And then we'll go from there. So I think those are, if I think about kind of student issues, if they need a guidance counselor, if they're sick, or if I think about behavioral issues, again, make sure you're trying to address things in your classroom and reaching out with the parents to work with us in a partnership. And then also, if you deem it's necessary, to please submit a discipline referral form. I will do my best to get back to you in terms of what the consequences are to the discipline referral form. I will tell you that there are lots of things that I, take into consideration when I am determining the discipline. It's rarely, you guys teach teenagers, this, rarely is it black and white. Sometimes it is, but rarely is it black and white. So I usually like to hear a little bit from you, and I talk to the student and talk to the parents, and then come up with the appropriate disciplinary action. So I think for the student issues, I think that covers it. If you come up with a question, or if I've missed something, or if I've left you a little confused, please feel free to send me an email or to track me down, and we can have a conversation. The last thing I think I'll end with understanding that it's not just our classroom that we are part of. We are a community. So when you see something in the hallway, or when you see something that's happening in the lunchroom that is not appropriate, and again, they're teenagers, so it's going to happen. If you would address it instead of letting it go, I think that's going to be a recipe for success here at Mount Vernon. Thank you.